Hello everyone and welcome back to Danganronpa 3. Last time we started Investigation 4. Let's start by, doing the important stuff first. Okay, so what do we got here? What's this? A bottle? Wait, I guess we'll go right to left this time. There's something on the seat. That's a fancy looking bottle. I feel as though I've seen this before. This is yours, right, Suichi? Mine. No, I guess it's not yours, but it is from your lab. That's right. This was in the Ultimate Detective's lab. Yeah, that's the poison. So you know about this, Kokichi. Of course, because I already checked it. We are in a killing game, you know? If there's poison, there's poison in tricks prepared, then of course I'd investigate them ASAP. Is that? Oh, it's not like I can use them. I check in case someone else uses them. Is that really true? By the way, did you see the label on the back of the bottle? The label? According to the warning, this poison is pretty lethal. It becomes neutralized once it's mixed, so it has to be taken directly. But what if when it's taken directly, the victim will immediately die, even if they only sip a little bit. Which means if you could get the victim's mouth open, you could kill them instantly. I can't imagine a better method of killing someone who's logged in. By the way, I should tell you what symptoms the poison causes. It causes a small blood vessel under the conjunctiva? I've never seen that word before. That might be a biology thing. To explode. Which makes the whites of your eyes turn blood red. Bloodshot eyes. That's important information. Well, that's everything about the poison. Am I doing a good job? Maybe it's time you acknowledge me as your partner. I remembered you saying that you didn't want to be my partner. Did I? Well, sometimes I lie about thinking about it. Seriously? Anyway, who brought the poison? Do you think the culprit did it? Who brought the poison? I can't be certain yet. But I do know that the poison was left on that person's chair. That's Kokichi's chair, isn't it? Interesting. Huh. Okay. This room is a little crowded. Yeah, like, look at that. Samuki is actually hiding that visor behind her body. This is the device we wore in our heads to enter the virtual world. Some helmets still have their cords plugged in, and others have them removed. I'm positive that they were unplugged after logging out. And, that's it, the cords. We were supposed to plug the two cords from the computers into our helmets. The red for consciousness, the blue for memory. If you got those mixed up... She never said what happened if you mixed them up. Out of curiosity, what happens if you switch the cords? I don't know. Probably, I've never done that before. Probably gets all glitchy or something. Maybe you'll become a vegetable, and maybe you'll body swap with someone. Who knows? A glitch. I'm very curious to hear what happens when that happens. Alright, Samugi. Let's start talking to people. It ended up like this after all. I had a bad feeling ever since I thought I saw Miyu in the dining room window. You thought you saw Miyu? Yeah, I had told Suichi about it. Oh, so you saw Miyu then. I thought I must have been mistaken, since she should have been by the chapel. You're only saving saying you were mistaken, so you don't have the feel of guilty, huh? If you haven't positive with me, then you could have done something sooner. You could have prevented her death, you know. That's just speculation, Kokichi. You can't judge in hindsight. Oh, we went a little off topic there. Anyway, I wanted to ask you something. What are you doing after you thought you saw Miyu? I thought I was mistaken, but it really bothered me. So about 10 minutes later, I told Suichi, and while we were talking about it then... Oh, I thought that was like... I thought she barged in right after we, I thought she barged in right after she saw it. Okay, so there's a time gap. Okay, this is going to be important. We heard a loud noise and rushed out into the entrance hall. Wow, they're really resorting to flashbacks a lot. I mentioned before, yeah, I've said this before, I sometimes watch Danganronpa LPs and, like, skip around a bit to, like, skip the boring parts, go straight to the investigations or even the trials. For those of you just joining, I tend to skip flashbacks because, well, we've already seen them before and I can typically recall the information that's important. Kibo's voice, huh? Wasn't he at the chapel? He was, but Samugi and I are positive it was his voice. We heard Kibo from the entrance hall, when he should have been at the chapel. What? That's weird, because he shouldn't be able to hear anything between the chapel and mansion. Even Miyu said that. You can't hear anything at all. Yeah. You're right, the sound shouldn't reach through the map loading point. So how did we hear Kibo's voice? How were we able to hear Kibo at the mansion if he was at the chapel? Maybe someone's lying. Lying? By the way, Kokichi, did you hear a loud noise or Kibo's voice at all? I'm not sure. I must have not noticed because I was too busy searching. You're lying to his face. Kaito. Kaito, you keep interrupting me when I talk. Do you like me or something? Who would like you, dumbass? I was interested in Soichi's conversation. My conversation. You heard Kibo's voice when it shouldn't have been possible. Can you tell me more about that? Well, what I said before was pretty much everything. After that, we headed back to the chapel to see what happened. We saw Ganta as we left the mansion, and the three of us went to the river together. That's when we met up with Koichi. And then we used the signboard that I found as a bridge. What about it, though? Did you notice anything? I suppose not. I see, you're working hard. It looks like you're starting to take this game seriously, Kaito. Shut up. Okay, interesting. You know, I gotta say right off the bat, this is already forming to be like a really interesting case. Now, I remember the fourth case in the first game was like the suicide case, and I always thought that was an interesting concept. The fourth case in the second game, though, was the fun house. And I absolutely love that case. Like, I don't know why, I found it really interesting trying to figure out how the killer did it as opposed to, like, who did it. Because it was pretty obvious once you got all the clues together, but I always loved, like, trying to figure out, like, how the funhouse was set up, how the elevator worked, and I feel like we're going to do something similar to that with this VR machine. And I think that's going to be really cool. Like, I'm actually really looking forward to the trial on this one. I mean, it's got to be better than the third one, at least. My goodness, I still can't get over how bad that was. I've been wondering, what was the secret of the outside world that they were searching for? That's true. We got sidetracked by Miyu's murder. We never discovered what the secret actually was. We couldn't find anything at the chapel, and you found nothing at the mansion, right? No, Samuki and I didn't find anything. I didn't find anything either. That's probably the same with Kaito and Ganta too, right? And knowing them, if they had found something, they would have told us right away. Yeah, they would have, unlike you. Whoa, Suichi, did you hear that? The robot's being sassy with me. Did you know that? Robots don't need to need warm blood to function, so they become cold like this. That's why he's more concerned about the secret than poor Miyu. He told us he couldn't cry even if he wanted to. He went so far as to stage his dramatic reaction. That's not true. I'm hoping we can discover the truth too. You're a pretty advanced robot. You can be sassy and make excuses. Oh my goodness. I'm starting to feel sorry for Kibo, actually. I don't like that laugh. You don't have to be so wary of me. I'm keeping an eye out in case Kaito tries to bother you. Don't take it the wrong way, though. I'm not trying to replace Kaito as your partner, okay? Well, you've said this before. Okay. Oh, we can... How rarely do we get to talk... How often do we get to talk to you two directly? Monotaro, what's going on with you? This place is upsetting my stomach. No, you're endangering their entire existence as mascot characters. Monotaro. Oh. Maki. Maki was working on the computer, her hand moving the mouse around rapidly. You know how to work that computer, right, Maki? No, not really. I've never used this program before either. It's Windows 10. I see. I imagine that it would be difficult to understand unless you were an expert. But I did find the text file regarding this program. It had info about the program's basic features, but other than that, there's not much. Oh, so what did it say? If you don't want to tell me, at least tell it to Suichi. According to the text file, the Killing Game Simulator used a certain program as the base. It's called the Neo World Program. Neo World Program? I never heard of it. In the Killing Game Simulator, objects can't break. Your body's 5 senses are connected to your avatar, and your avatar cannot be harmed. But any damage inflicted to your avatar will be transferred to your body in the real world. That matches what Miyu told us. If your avatar receives fatal damage, then your real body will die from shock. From shock? Oh, this is the first time we're hearing about this. Yeah, I've been wondering about that, actually. If someone receives a fatal injury in the virtual world, then they die in the real world. If you die in the game, you die in real life. Well, your 5 senses are connected, so it makes sense that you feel the same amount of pain. So, it wouldn't be too surprising if you died from a fatal injury. But the more important question is, why did Miyu keep such an important detail a secret? Probably because if she did tell us, half of us would, like, back out or something. That is strange. I have no idea why she wouldn't mention such an important detail. Did she hide that from us on purpose? That's all it says about the virtual world's basic features. The rest of the virtual world is the same as the real world, including the laws of physics. Warps and special transportation like mounts do not exist. So you can only move around using your avatar. Oh, so there's no like cars or horses or stuff. Okay. So she shouldn't have added warps and mounts to the virtual world. That's all it says in the text file. Thank you, Maki. That was very helpful. Okay, interesting. Is the info in the text file correct? What do you mean? I'm not doubting you or anything, Maki, but I'm just saying if the file could have been rewritten. It's possible someone rewrote the original info with false info, you know? But to determine that, we would need to invest in extensive knowledge of computers. This looks like a job for me. What? Huh? Don't get in our way. I won't get in your way. In fact, I want you to let me help you with the investigation. Help you with the investigation? Monotaro, what are you saying? Come on, please, won't you let me help with the investigation? Ever since I forgot I'm bad with computers, I'm good with computers now! That logic doesn't make any sense. You can't, Monotaro. You know, there is something I'm wondering still. Did Miyu die in the virtual world or in the real world? Because I still think, like, maybe someone strangled her in the real world, but the file said she had no external wounds, so... Actually, it must have been in the virtual world then. Never mind. We're not allowed to help the participants. As mascots, we gotta stick to the rules. I don't give a fart about the rules. I want to help everyone. I want to avenge my dead mommy. Your mommy. You mean Miyu. No, Monotaro, you've forgotten again. You've forgotten that she's not our mother. And you've forgotten about the important person you need to protect. Shut up, you pig. I'm busy avenging mommy's death. How sad, but it looks like this is goodbye. I love you, but there's nothing I need to protect. Goodbye. Alright then, let's do this. Do what? I don't care either way. If you want to help, then that's fine. Sure, I suppose, but... Thanks, I'll do my best for Mommy's sake. Wait, perhaps we should... He's doing his best for his dead mom. I'm so touched. Ah! Alright, fine, I'll leave it to you then. I suppose I have no choice. Alright, I'll start analyzing the computer right away.
At such an intense speed that the friction is creating fire.
What is going on? I've already analyzed a few things. Already? The next file is consistent with the original program. It doesn't look like it was altered. Alright, I found this too. This looks like information on when everyone logged in and out. Oh! There's no sign that it was altered either. It's definitely accurate information. Could you show it to me? Okay, let me read through this real quick. So, oh, those are like timestamps too. That's good. Okay, so that looks good so far. Yeah, it took her like 2 minutes to log in. Okay. So Kaito got booted out, he said. He said he didn't log out voluntarily, and then everyone else logged out as well. Yeah, everything checks out. It really does have everyone log in and log out times recorded. Aside from Miyu, everyone has logged in and out once. Then it would appear that no one secretly logged out or then logged back in. Then my main concern becomes Kaito. He logged out ahead of us. No, it couldn't be him. Okay, interesting. That's really good information, actually. Also, there's something else I noticed while I was analyzing the program. It looks like some parts of the program were rewritten. The program's been rewritten? Obviously, Mia was the only person capable of doing that. So which files did she write and what did she change? I'll analyze that, of course, but it's going to take a little time. Well, as long as it's done by the class child, and Suichi will be able to avenge Miyu. He's just saying whatever he pleases. Alright, then I'll keep on analyzing the crap out of this program. You're so reliable. Yeah, way more than you. Alright, next would be Kaito. Suichi, I gotta explain, just so you don't misunderstand. Explain what? You're talking about how you logged out by yourself, right? Okay, let's hear it then. What do you... Feel free to lie, of course. Exposing lies is the real pleasure of the game, after all. What? Kaito, just ignore him and talk to me, okay? About the whole logging out thing, I don't really get it myself. When I was looking for the secret to the outside world on the rooftop, a circle lit up under me. I was suddenly sucked in, and before I knew it, I was logged out. Same thing happened when I used the phone to log out. How'd that happen on the roof? What happened after you logged out? Everyone else was still logged in, so I didn't know if it was okay for me to go back in. So I just went back to my room and slept since it was dawn. I was pretty tired. And the body discovery announcement woke you up. Yeah, that's right. I heard it and rushed back here. Do you remember what condition Miyu's body was when you logged out? I didn't pay attention to that, so I don't know. You didn't notice anything wrong? Like, whether she was dead or not? Like I said, I don't know. Okay, sorry. So I just need to object to the contradiction in the testimony, right? I said I'm not lying. Tell him, Suichi. No, Suichi, in order to find the truth, you can't be biased. Okay, interesting. Himeko. I never thought Miyu would be killed. When I saw her avatar there not moving, I thought maybe, but that's right. You saw that Miyu's avatar in the virtual world has stopped moving. Me, Kibo, and Maki all found her avatar. Can you tell me more about that? Any details? We were looking for the secret to the outside world, the chapel. Miyu was too, right? No, Miyu volunteered to look around the outside of the chapel, so she wasn't with us. Miyu volunteered to look around the outside? That's not like her. We searched, but we couldn't find anything. Then when we were starting to get tired, all of a sudden we heard a really loud sound outside. That must be the sound I heard as well. No, you couldn't have, because of the loading zone. Something must have hit the wall of the chapel really hard. We felt it, all the way to the outside. Something hit in the chapel wall. So we all rushed outside to check the side of the chapel, and we found Miyu's avatar. That's when you went to log out to check Miyu's real body, correct? But when we went to the river, the bridge was gone for some reason. Then, while we were standing around wondering what to do, you guys showed up. I see, thank you. That testimony sounded important, especially about how they couldn't cross the river. Because if we weren't able to cross, then no one could have gone between the mansion and the chapel. Then this helps us narrow down the people who could have come in contact with Miyu. Who could have come in contact with Miyu at the chapel. Okay, interesting. Let's do the computer next. What the time and death indicate in the Monokuma file, Miyu was killed while we were still in the virtual world. Well, that's it? Okay. Gonta, are you alright? Are you still depressed about Miyu? Come on, don't be such a Debbie Downer. Oh, Gonta, I want to know what you think. Rare, I know, but who do you think is the culprit? Gonta not know. Murder already happened when Gonta wake up. But why this happened? Why Miyu killed? Gonta understand anything. But Gonta frustrated and sad. Gonta no could protect Miyu. He seems all over the place right now. Aw man, he can't think at all when he's like this. But Gonta doesn't seem to be lying. I'm pretty sure he's telling us the truth. Well, I guess a big dum-dum like Gonta doesn't have the brains to lie in the first place. Don't act like that, don't talk about him like that. I'm so disappointed in you, Gonta. When I first met you, I thought you'd be more useful. Sorry. Gonta's so sorry. Gonta's sorry he could no protect Miyu. Gonta. If you feel that bad about it, then stop blaming yourself. Help us find the culprit instead. This is the culprit's fault anyway, so pull yourself together and help us, okay? Okay, Gonta understand. Gonta do his best to find culprit. Gonta definitely do his best this time. Yep, now that's the spirit. Now Kokichi is encouraging him. I really don't know what Kokichi is thinking. This is the device we wore on our heads to enter the virtual world. Some helmets still have their cords plugged in, others have them removed. My concern is the cords. We were supposed to plug in the two cords in the computer into our helmets. The red for consciousness, the blue for memory. If they were switched, glitching might occur. That's what Miyu told us, at least. And finally... oh, near Miyu's body, okay. Miyu's hands are clasped around her neck as if she were gasping for air. Her eyes are wide open in panic. She must have suffered quite a bit. Ew, this is one grody face. Miyu must have suffered a lot. A vulgar death fits for a vulgar bitch. Stop, Kokichi. Even if you're joking, that's too far. You're right. You should never speak ill of the dead, no matter how much you hated them. Even if she was a despised, pathetic, dirty cum-toilet of a person. I suppose I'll never get Kokichi to change. But what's Miyu's cause of death? It doesn't say in the Monokuma file. I wanted to let you know, just in case it turns out to be a clue. I was the first one to log out and find Miyu's body. She was still wearing the helmet on her body, and her body was contorting over into this awful position. Maki logged out after I died, and she helped me take Miyu's helmet off, and then she was gone. Is that a confession? How is that a confession? Anyway, the question is the cause of death. What caused her to suffer like that? I suppose to investigate everything that I can here. Hey, you done investigating the crime scene? So, do you know who the culprit is yet? No, this might not actually be the crime scene. Yes, injuries in the virtual world could be fatal in the real world. Meaning, there is a possibility that she was killed in the virtual world. Which means the next area I have to investigate should be the virtual world. We should go in there again. Huh? I just read your mind, didn't I? I did, right? If that's the case, then I'm coming too. Oh, great, he's coming. You must really like me, huh? So, say whatever you want. I don't have time to waste on you. If we go back to the virtual world, we might find some new clues. With those, I might be able to clear my name. May I join you as well? I also think we should investigate the virtual world again. Why don't we all go in? Oh, so I get to be that avatar again. Didn't you actually like the avatar? Did you actually like the avatar after all? I'm going to stay here. He's still in the middle of analyzing the program. Ganta has searched the place some more. This is no time to be sleeping. That's not what we're... Well, that's fine. Then I'll stay here too. What? Surprised? Are you going to get lonely without your partner? But I'm busy too, you know? I had to watch Maki in case she tries to do anything deceitful. Deceitful? Well, you and Kaito are pretty close, so you might do something deceitful for him, right? Good thing Ganta's here with me. Your glare is too scary to handle alone. Ganta would risk his life to protect me from a murderer. Huh? Hey, if you keep saying messed up crap like that, I'm gonna kick your ass into orbit. It's fine, just ignore him and hurry with the virtual world. Kaito, let's just focus on solving this case for now. Fine. Thank God, I don't like violence. The ultimate supreme leader would rather sneak it around. So anyway, let's leave the virtual world to you, Suichi. But I'm not exaggerating when I said this class trial can only be solved by you, okay? Your talent can save this useless, the useless people here, you know? Who are you calling useless? Enough already. Kaito, let's go. Kaito, Kibo, Himeko, Tsumugi, and I prepare to enter the virtual world. We picked up our helmets once again, sitting in the same seat as used before. So the red cord goes on the right side and the blue cord to the left, yeah? Yeah, let's do that. Right, is the hand I hold my chopsticks with... I gotta be sure to get it right. If you're that worried, Mon... Oh. We place the devices on our heads, and flip the switch. Okay, we're doing this again. I need a drink of water, one moment. It's my avatar. Look, my avatar. So you like it after all. So we're back here. Apparently we always arrive in this room when we log in. Miu said that logging in and out isn't possible unless we're in this room. Then how did I get logged out when I was on the rooftop? Yeah, we need to investigate that area too. First we'll go to check Miu's avatar, right? I think her avatar is still near the chapel. Then let's head to the chapel. Okay. I checked the map before heading to the chapel. Why? Okay. Two maps are on the wall. One is the mansion, one is one of the world. Oh, whoops, wrong button. I'll check the map of the mansion first. The first floor has a salon, dining room, kitchen, and bathroom. The second is the roof. We split up when looking for the secrets to the outside world. Gucci had the saloon. Tsumugi in the dining hall, Kyle the roof, and gone to the outside. Okay, cool. No one searched the bathroom, though. This is the map of the entire virtual world. The world is surrounded by walls in all four directions. There's a loading point in the middle, so the map is split in two. No sight or sound can pass through the map loading point. To get from the mansion to the chapel, you have to go through this point. You also have to cross a river that runs parallel to it. That's how this world is designed. It's strange, I feel as though there's something secret to this. Okay, cool. The map was made by Miu. Is that what's bothering me?
Hey, Shuichi.
I understand. Looking at the maps makes you feel calm, doesn't it? Huh? You're the type of kid who stares at maps alone instead of playing at recess, aren't you? I never did anything like that.
Shuichi.
Don't forget we're here for you, bro.
Indeed.
You're not alone anymore.
That's fine.
You don't need to withdraw into a shell, you know. I'm so proud of you. You made friends with real people, not maps.
That's wrong.
I'm investigating, just investigating. Okay, so I'd go to the roof first, but the game is telling me to go check on Miu's body, so... Huh? Oh, Suichi, could you please come with me? What happened? I found something strange. I don't know if it's relevant to the case, but I want to hear your opinion regardless. It's right this way. Toilet paper? Why would we be in a place like this? It's cold here. Huh? My initial thought was that someone may have come here to defecate. No, I don't think that's it. I don't think avatars have bowel movements. I don't have to go at all. I didn't realize that. That never occurred to me, as I do not need to expel solid waste in my I'm sorry. Wait. It's so strange. Why would toilet paper be in a place like this? Could this be related to the case? Interesting. Oh. Hey, isn't this the signboard that Miu threw into the river? Whoops, my hand slipped. It's not some other signboard, right? She said there's only one of them. It's definitely the same. I brought back the one that was stuck on the rocks in the river. Oh, so that's what happened. But there's something bothering me. The rock that the signboard got caught on weren't on the chapel side of the map. They were on the mansion side. What? Oh my goodness, the flow of the water. Yeah, it does go that way. I never thought of that. Does the map loop, perhaps? That's the only way I can... That's the only reason I can think of for why that would happen. What about that bothers you? It just got washed from the chapel to the mansion, right? From the chapel to the mansion. That's odd. The flow of the river. Kaito, I think later, bro. Let's get moving. Oh, okay, cool. Alright, so into the loading zone. So they said she was outside? Oh, right here. I think I skipped a few texts. The scene of the crime has not been altered since I found her. So there's no possibility that someone tried to tamper with the crime scene afterwards. That's for sure. It's just like how we left it. I'm pretty confident in my memory. I memorized a magic spell that would take a whole year just to chant. If you think I'm lying, I could start the chant right now, you know. No, thank you. I do not think I could wait a whole year. A logged out avatar disappeared, but if the real body dies, the avatar remains unchanged. Look at the stuff scattered around. What happened here? That's what we're going to start investigating right now. Isn't that right, Suichi? Right. Oh my goodness. This is a hammer. Why would there be a hammer in this world? I rewrote the program to delete all dangerous objects that could be used as weapons. Miu said she deleted dangerous objects. I can't imagine she'd miss a hammer. Was Miu lying? Why would she lie? Okay. Is that a cell phone? Oh. There are cell phones in this world, but what could they be for? No. That's it. It's a phone, so... Can you log out with that? I can't believe there's something like this here. Kaito, perfect timing. I'd like you to help me with something. I just want to test something. Help you out? Of course, I'd never say no to a favor from my sidekick. Thank you, Kaito. So what do you need me to do?
Is that alright?
You don't have to do anything. You just have to stand here. I just gotta stand here. Kaito Momoda. Oh! He logged out, just as I thought. This can be used to log out, just like the phone in the salon. And this proves it doesn't have to be the person themselves. If they just say their names, you can log out anyone you like. I see. Thanks to Kaito's help, I'm starting to pin this down. He's gone back now and he's really confused. I bet Kaito was pretty surprised when he logged out all of a sudden. I should apologize for that later. Okay. What about this plank? A piece of lattice. Why is this here? Oh, okay. That is a mysterious object. It's a wooden mat. It used to be common in bathrooms. I didn't see anything like that at the chapel. Where did it come from? Not from the chapel. Then why is it here? I just figured it out with my magic. You did? Maybe someone used it instead of a signboard to cross the river. That someone is the culprit. I don't think so. The river's current is pretty fast. Even if you did use the cross, there's no reason it would be here. I know that. I was just testing you a little. Come on. Why would you want to test me? But why does this mean? What's something like this doing here? I'm not positive why this lattice is left here, but I'm sure that it must have something to do with the case. And finally, Mew's body. A locked out avatar disappears, but if the real body dies, the avatar remains. Makes sense from a killing game simulator, but if the body disappeared, we couldn't investigate. The avatar never shows injuries, so they stay the same. She still looks like almost alive. Her face is pretty here. Is so pretty here, isn't it? It's hard to believe she's dead. Yeah. Oh, that's kind of creepy, actually. Is that everything? Oh, no. I want to talk to you.
Hey.
Meko, could you tell me about what you found when you found Mew once more? Were you looking for the secret to the outside world, the chapel? But since Mew volunteered to check the outside of the chapel, she was separated from us. A while after that, we started the search. I heard a really loud sound outside. Something must have hit the wall of the chapel really hard. We felt it all the way from inside. Something hit the chapel wall. So we all rushed outside to check the side of the chapel, and we found Mew's avatar. And then, we all tried to go to the mansion to log out and check Mew's real body. But when we got to the river, the bridge was gone for some reason. Then, while we were standing around wondering what to do, you guys showed up. Thank you, I got it. There must be some clue to the account. What I think happened? I think someone smashed something. I think someone, like, crushed Mew against the side of the chapel. And it might have been that mat, actually. That reminds me, I can't leave footprints in the snow, can you? It looks that way. This is a killing game simulator. It's probably because footprints in the snow would make finding the culprit easy. So snow probably isn't a clue for this case. That's actually a really good point. And Kibo. What's wrong, Kibo? Is something bothering you? I just remember something. I think the whispering I overheard might be relevant to this case. You heard a whispering? Yes, I did not intend to eavesdrop, but I did hear it. Shortly before we gathered at the chapel and dispersed it to begin searching. Oh, this, yeah. It would seem Kokichi and Mew may have made plans to meet each other. Meet each other? Koichi was confirming the specific place they were supposed to meet. I couldn't hear the whole conversation, but I'm certain the rooftop was mentioned. Then those two met on the rooftop. But it's strange, right? If they were planning to meet at the mansion's rooftop, why did Mew volunteer to search the area around the chapel? That's true. If they were meeting on the roof, she would have wanted to search the mansion. Either way, she shouldn't have been able to get to the rooftop. She was searching the area around the chapel, which is where we found her avatar. With no bridge to cross the river, she could not have gone from the chapel to the mansion. That's true. Something is strange about this. Interesting, okay. Okay, I finished my investigating of the area. Suichi, it would seem we're finished investigating this place.
Okay.
Yeah, let's head somewhere I wanted to ask. Can our avatars hide objects? It seems like you can put stuff in your clothes here too, but just like the real world. I see. So just like the real world. So what are we going to do next? Are we going to go back to the real world already? Before that, there's one more place I want to investigate. The roof. The mansion's rooftop. Very well, then. The place Mew and Kokichi were supposed to meet, the place Kaito logged out. I'm positive it has something to do with the case. There should be clues there. I don't really get it, but if you want to investigate, then let's do that, Suichi. You're right. Suichi, everyone is counting on you, including myself. Please, give the class trial everything you've got and see us through to the end. And I'll do my best as well, of course. Okay. And I as well. I can at least do that. I'm a detective after all. Okay, cool. We're at about a half hour, so I think I'm going to leave it off here, actually. Okay. Alright. I'll see you folks later. Thanks for watching.